Um, this is twice. Yeah, this is twice we've seen it where Morrow has had siege tanks and there has been no siege mode with them. I mean, yes, the damage over time is more if you don't have them sieged, but in that situation he could have sieged right there and just started picking off all these SCVs and the gas of TLO's NAT. But yes, for those of you that may not have known this, your actual damage over time done by a siege tank without sieging is more than if you were to siege. So keeping them unsieged against especially armored units, you just go right in and you do quite a bit of work. And why does it smell like something is burning in my house? Ichi, I gotta check this. Go ahead and take it away.
Okay. Well, there's not much to say at the moment, except that both players being really defensive. What we seen Morrow do, he went in, tried and perk in, destroyed the refinery, and came back. Why? He was moving out to try and just pick on and do some damage, while he was expanding, so he has a safe expansion. He can just go, keep making SCVs, while he just try and put the pressure a little bit on TLO, saying, I'm here, and I've got this army, and you have to defend it. But we see some action here, Morrow is stimming and just going in and picking up this tank. Now they're going on for the Hellions. All the SCVs from TLO coming in and trying to do some damage there. But Morrow just do the right thing and just backs off and reinforces his army. Morrow has a good idea of what's happening, the army size and conversion of TLO right now, because he just can't. And TLO trying to sneak in 2 Hellions. I wonder where these Hellions were going, but they drop into the Marines and Marines are going to pick them off. No, 1 Hellion's just going to go off and try and perk in Morrow's base probably. During this time we've seen that the 3 Vikings did pick off a medevac, which is quite a bit of resources invested in that. And it's really important when you're going with siege tanks. You need those medevacs to heal up your units. It actually gives you a good advantage. Now if we have a look at the supplies right now, Morrow is pulling far ahead. He's at 140, nearly 140 food, whereas TLO is only at 99 food, which is quite a big difference. Look at that, Morrow just being obnoxious with his Marines, just coming in, picking off that missile turret and just backing off. It's like, hey, a free turret. I would need a resync because I actually pressed B on my keyboard, so if you could...
And I am back. I am good to go. Sorry about that. We have a bunch of siege tanks moving forward for Morrow right now. Snoopy, is that where you're at? Alright, sounds good.
1737.
Well, it does look as though Liquid TLO is throwing down a lot. By the way, we're trying to resync up here with Ichi and Snoopy, so Snoopy's talking for those of you wondering what's going on. But we do have Morrow sitting here with a lot of siege tanks, and this is where the micro begins, because siege tanks have a longer attack range than their actual sight, so you have to constantly scan or use an air unit to see, oh, it looks as though Morrow is coming in. He's just going to try and man his way through this. Is he going to be able to do it? A PDD goes out. Great job with the Raven. Wow, look at that. 2 PDDs come out and just obliterate anything that TLO has in the form of a defense. Vikings coming in, trying to kill the Raven or the medevacs off. And it does look as though TLO's siege tank line is going to be able to hold over here, but he was forced to lift his natural, and it does look as though Morrow behind the play has expanded to the high yield. This game more and more in favor of Morrow, and good siege tank micro there. See how, because he has sight of the siege tanks there, that Morrow's siege tanks were not pushing out back onto TLO, but instead, oh, good scan there, and it does look as though the Marauder's going to be coming in. SCV's coming over trying to repair, but they kind of get taken out with splash damage along with the rest of the siege tanks, and 1 siege tank for TLO. He can't mine from his natural, and Morrow's sitting there on the high yield. This game pretty much over in my opinion. It does look as though Morrow's going to be moving in for the final blow. Vikings even being called to sit on the ground, and that's it. GG. Sorry about some of the technical issues, and then I had to leave real fast. Roommate was cooking some cookies, and it smelled like something like the house might have been on fire, so I had to double check and make sure no one's trying to kill the insane rabbi while he's doing a game cast. But Ichi, what'd you think of that game, man?
I think it was a really interesting game, and I like the way Morrow actually pulled ahead by just harassing and not investing too much. He just went there, perk in, try and nibble on what he could, and then moved back while he was safely expanding and safely getting his army back up. While TLO was really kept back behind, and he had to defend and try rebuilding his army, and that medevac loss with the Hellions cost him so much. Bearing in mind that Hellions cost 100, and with the medevacs as well, so it was so much for TLO to come back in.
Yeah, I think that pretty much nails it on the head. So, if I'm not mistaken, Morrow is up 2-1, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Alright, game 4 coming up next, guys.